his latest revelation is that Emerson Mnangagwa is tired about rumor mongering, acrimony, and they only decided to give a reprimand to members of ZANU PF who were actually whose names were submitted for them to be fired, advancing the notion that Mnangagwa is now after uniting ZANU PF as a political party and make sure that ZANU PF becomes one. The mind-boggling question is, if you are reading what Chris Mutsvangwa has actually put out on the public domain vis-a-vis some of the leakages that he made yesterday, then you get a sense that these individuals, they're just speaking words. They are simply not serious about uniting the party. They are pressures that they are facing, which makes them to speak such language. But definitely, Mnangagwa and the unity, they are two different scenarios that will, it's like water and oil. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what, you become the very first one to watch us. So now, people who do not understand ZANU PF, I think I can actually straightforwardly put this notion up front. Now, we know that yesterday's Politburo, part of the issues that ZANU PF was dealing with was disciplining. In fact, there were recommendations for members of ZANU PF to be expelled, particularly where it is chaotic, where the largest number came from. It was from the province of Masvingo, where Mnangagwa faction members, as well as also Chiwenga, had physical confrontation. They had to fight fist to fist physically. So that is how serious factionalism of ZANU PF at the moment is at. And according to the revelation, is that Mnangagwa decided to actually reprimand all these members of ZANU PF who were involved in these acts of violence. Now, do you think that because this list being brought to Politburo, now this is how ZANU PF works. Chris Mutsvangwa, I think, highlighted ZANU PF is owned by the president. Anyone who ascend to presidents, look at Mnangagwa, he fought to ascend to presidents. He was not voted to be a president. There was a military coup. Blood had to be spilled for him to act. Mugabe was removed forcefully, and he died an angry man because he did not see the most trusted person that he trusted with his whole life actually removing him to be president. So in ZANU PF, a president is treated as a deity of some sort or a god of some sort. So Mnangagwa being the president, he is in charge of the agenda. So the agenda that was brought on that Politburo, which is to expel certain members, of which I strongly believe those members were part of the retired General Chiwenga faction. And on that day, backtracking, saying he is tired of rumor mongering, acrimony, and only opting to reprimand the members after fierce and intense debate in that Politburo meeting. You could see even the pictures that came through that ZANU PF was bold to publicize to the members of the public that it was not a happy or a rosy meeting. It was a highly, why did Mnangagwa, this is backtracking. In fact, he backtracked. We cannot say all of a sudden he wants unity. And we know in the definition of unity according to Mnangagwa is to support 2030. Why are structures of ZANU PF fighting at the moment? Why there is intense fighting at the moment? it is because some are refusing to support the 2030 agenda of Emerson Mnangagwa. And that is a sin in ZANU PF, because ZANU PF as a political entity, it is owned. It is a private property of Emerson Mnangagwa. That is, it's not coming from me. That is what Chris Mutsvangwa actually revealed in yesterday's press briefing, when he said the party belongs to president. He did not say the party belongs to the people. He said the party belongs to the president. And I repeat that if you go to the press briefing that was done by Chris Mutsvangwa, everything, if you look at the Politburo was supposed to actually endorse the firing of retired General Chwenga members. Mnangagwa overruled the Politburo and said, no, we are deciding just to reprimand them. They won't be fired. We are doing this in the interest of maintaining party unity. We are tired of rumor mongering. We are tired of acrimony. Now we want to unite the party. Was this the sole reason why these individuals ended up not being fired? I don't think so. Mnangagwa may have been pressured behind the scenes by the retired General Chwenga. And also he might have seen that if he took that drastic decision during the Politburo meeting, then this was going to escalate the current conflict that is existing within ZANU PF. So now I think the press briefing done by Chris, without doubt, explains that ZANU PF is a party in crisis. At one point, Chris Mutsvangwa agrees. At one point, he will totally disagree that ZANU PF is in turmoil. It is a political institution that is in crisis at the moment. If members get involved into fist fighting, then is that politics? Just imagine if they are fighting within ZANU PF, what will they do to you as an ordinary citizen of Zimbabwe? So that is why we have learned of journalists disappearing, citizens of Zimbabwe disappearing, discovered in a decomposed state after succumbing to being murdered by state operatives. Because if they are able to engage into a fist fight, what about you who is not part of ZANU PF opposing them? This is what they do to you. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe